Hey guys, it's Michael here from Happy English. Today we're going to continue our discussion of modal verbs with should and ought to. We use should and ought to in a variety of situations. And keep in mind, should and ought to have the same meaning. We use should and ought to when we talk about something that we think is a good idea. So, we use should and ought to make a suggestion. We should go home now. I think it's getting late. Or, we ought to go home now. I think it's getting late. When you come to New York, you should go to Central Park. You ought to study idioms. They'll make your conversations more colorful. Usually, in everyday American English, ought to is pronounced as oughta, oughta, oughta. When you come to New York City, you ought to go to Central Park. You ought to study idioms. They'll make your conversation sound more colorful. We also use should and ought to talk about a situation that we believe is important or proper for people to do. In this meaning, you're not giving a suggestion or advice to anyone, but you're stating your opinion. People should obey the law and clean up after their dogs. Don't you think so? There ought to be more buses and taxis in the suburbs. In a similar way, we use should and ought to when we talk about situations that are obligations. You ought to respect your parents and follow their rules. You should not smoke near those children. And finally, we use should and ought to when we talk about situations that are probably going to happen because they are usual and expected. The class should be finished at 1 p.m. The class should be finished by 1 p.m. means I'm expecting that the class will finish at 1 p.m. because that's usually what happens. I think Jane ought to be here soon. She said she left her house 30 minutes ago. She ought to be here soon because it takes about 30 minutes to get here. Okay, that's it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to start talking about past modals. Stay tuned. And how about you? What's something that you should do? Why not leave a comment and let us know? Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember to leave your comment, and I'll catch you guys next time right here at Happy English. Catch you later.